Welcome to another edition of the Blazing Beard Bulls blog. Do 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 do. Use the Force, Luke. Use the Force. That's right. Is that the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi? No, wait. It's the voice of the spirit of Phil Jackson. Use the Force, Rose. Use the Force, Butler. It can't be. It is. It's the ghost, the spirit, the Jedi spirit of Phil Jackson. What does Phil Jackson have to say? Phil Jackson says, this is a ball club that has to be extended at all times. We have to give them things to extend them and put them in negative situations so they learn to recover. Not only in practice, but in games. They're going to have to figure out situations as a group all season and find something to hang their hat on. Number one today, Bulls need something to hang their hat on. They need an identity. And they had that identity in their defense, even missing their superstars. And that's like a big comfort or a big blanket that you don't want to get out of on your couch because it makes sense to you. Another reading from the book of Sam Smith from Phil Jackson. I think it's important to do anything you can to make them play hard, Phil Jackson said. Basketball is a very fragile thing because as coaches we do everything and prepare everybody and have everyone physically ready. And still, if there's not a group reflex and reaction at the right moment, if you don't have that oneness of a group, it starts to be 5 starters on the floor. The bond, that unity, is a fragile thing, and it is almost holy, which and where the world should come from in a sense. So you've always got to try to do things to break down the routine. Bulls need an identity, and number 2, they need that holy togetherness of a group and playing together. And you hear the Bulls talk about trust all the time. But Phil Jackson's talking about a deeper level of trust. You like each other. You want to be on the floor with each other. It's a joy for you. You've been challenged. Now the Bulls are getting challenged. And this is kind of how you create that depth and that detail. And that's how you get to this point. But right now the Bulls don't have anything to hang their hat on as far as identity. And they're not they're not playing with oneness. We know, like you have to be one with the Force. And we've got the old school hard, hit 'em up, get it, do your job. There's not a lot of Zen masters out there, ladies and gentlemen, besides the Blazing Beard, and nobody's hired me for a job yet. So Phil Jackson, the spirit of Phil, needs to get into Tibbs, and they've got to find that oneness is a team. Or else you might be talking about a different coach. You might be talking about has people tuned him out, or have people tuned out the harsh message of Tibbs. But take a lesson from this past, because Phil Jackson is a Zen master. He could get down and dirty with sports, but he also knew mentally how to motivate these players. Hang your hat on something, find an identity, and become one with the Force, Bulls. Blazing Beard Bulls blog. Share this with all your brothers and sisters, and positive vibrations to you. Puff, puff, give, Bulls Nation.